welcome everybody to the Rideshare Garage. It is Wednesday night, July 3rd, the actual start of the third quarter, and we are going to get into that tonight because these first two quarters have been hell on drivers, man. Absolutely hell on drivers. But we're going to get into all of that good stuff. I am going to introduce my peoples. First, we're going to go with Nick. My man Nick, he's like, I don't know, he's glitching tonight. He's got some kind of fancy foreground going on over there. Mr. Nick, how you doing tonight, buddy? Where are you located, Mr. Miami Tesla? And he froze.
Catch and screenshot.
I am located, let me see. I am located in Palm Beach right now, Palm Beach Gardens.
All right. And I want to come back to you after we go through everybody, because I want you to talk about what just happened to you. I'm putting your ass on the spot tonight. And we're not going to cut you off. We're going to let you talk. Okay? Is that okay? You okay with that?
He's over
That's
there
what you
looking
say.
into the abyss. Bro.
That's what we say. All right.
He was getting the
All right.
next to Vietnam.
All right, but below Mr. Nick, we've got the broke-ass Rideshare Garage driver, a.k.a. Duct Tape Central, a.k.a. Clapped Out from the back out, Mr. Buddha, all the way from California. What's popping, brother? How you feeling?
Finally in the recovery mode for sure.
Well, what happened?
Warning. Fair warning. I don't know what happened, but underneath my arm, I started bleeding out. Like the bleeding would not stop.
Underneath your arm now?
Yeah.
Buddha.
I was I could have been another spider bite. I didn't want it. Think it was another spider bite. It looked like it. But I was out there with my little brother in a baseball tournament, and I threw him a baseball like this. And I guess once I threw it, something popped and started,
Oh, wow.
And I didn't notice because I was wearing a black shirt, so you can't see red with black shirt. So
really?
And then I got home, I was like, what the? I was like, oh, shit. Yeah, we good now though. We good.
Oh, Buddha, you and I gonna have a long talk tonight when we're done with this show. It's coming. I'm gonna have to treat you like your uncle. All right, next to Buddha, my man Buddha is Mr. Omar. Mr. Still not driving Uber X. That's what he claims. But we all are gonna have to drive at some point. Mr. Omar, are you ready to come to the dark side?
No, not yet. Not yet.
Join us.
Pardon me one second. I got to go unalive what's dying over here.
It just wants love. It just wants attention. Right, Kat?
I'll just say that I am still surviving. But talking about that it's July 3rd, right? Lyft has this new function. Not everybody can see it in their app where they show you your earnings per month, and so it's typical for me like this, and then April came and like that. So it's typical. It flows in line with it. So.
Whoa! What? I didn't hear about that. What was it?
When you tap on the the earnings, that spot for your earnings on top, it gives you a graph. It gives you an option to graph your earnings per week, per month, and per year. And so you tap on the year, you can see it on the graph. And so you could, it's like plotting. And it's just, for me, like I said, it's very much how we expected here. January, February, March, banging it out until we get to April, May, and then
you're gonna have to show that to me because I don't see any of that.
Yeah, it seems like not everybody has it in their market, so
you must be special. You must be special with Lyft. Lyft must really like you. Lyft must really like you.
It's July 3rd, and I just wanted to say one thing real quick. So tomorrow is Independence Day, and it's the one day of the year that I truly, probably the only holiday I really, really celebrate, or I care to celebrate, that I really appreciate, because so many people today have forgotten what it means. It's not about hot dogs and lighting off fireworks and all this other craziness, or a day off from work, which is crazy. How people have Thursday off, but they have to go to work on Friday. That's crazy.
I do.
Right?
Yeah. So Independence Day, people keep forgetting that we fought a revolution to have the independence that we have. It's not it. The Revolutionary War. What the hell, Stephen?
I just muted him. I just
Holy
muted
crap!
him.
What the hell, dude? Oh my gosh, that was
The
crazy.
cat went nuts.
Yeah, that cat was like, oh my gosh. Man, everybody gets
That's
to love in
okay.
Steven's house.
You ain't lying. I just threw my cat out the damn door, so I ain't worried about it. Go ahead.
Anyways, I'll
You were
just say it
saying?
real quickly. I'll just say real quickly that the Revolutionary War was the only war in history that I know of that was not fought to conquer, but it was actually fought to be left alone.
Mm.
The king said, "Listen, do what we say," and they warned us and warned us and warned us. I don't say us, the original colonists, and they said we just want to be left alone. And hey, this is the last warning. Okay, we just want to be left alone, and the rest is history. We the people that were here said we're gonna, it's either we're gonna make it or we're not. Kind of like what we talk about, as far as being entrepreneurs, and the rest is history. Although I'm not sure the founders could ever envision what we would have today, but still, the point is that I just wanted to give that little history lesson that tomorrow is not about hot dogs and fireworks and all the other stuff. It's about something bigger.
That's fair. That is fair. That is fair. I can appreciate that.
And that is not a R or D viewpoint or anything. That's just
that's straight up.
That is a fact.
Straight up.
Yeah.
That is straight up. Somebody lied and told Steven that's a great cat. I don't know what the hell that is. I don't know what the hell that is. Anyway, speaking of which, below that we have Mr. A. And I'm going to say it, guys. I just watched this video. If you guys haven't seen, Steven is now going to actually begin to make videos again. He is on a 30 for 30 crush. He's got the first two out. He didn't bother to tell anybody anything, but he got the first two out. So, Mr. Steven, what's going on, buddy? How are you tonight?
Hey, we talked about this before. What's it called? Before this month started.
We talked about a lot of things.
I did it.
Yeah.
So.
Hey, bro,
Well,
low key, I was waiting for I personally was waiting for the fuck. What do you call that? The beef jerky content, but shit,
You gotta
maybe
wait on
the
that.
next one. Maybe on the next
You're
one.
gonna have to. No, it's not gonna be coming through on this channel. Most likely, maybe
Breaking news.
No, as I was just talking to Vinny.
That's exactly what it sounded like. It sounded like one of those, like, with the water boiling.
Oh yeah, he purrs pretty loud, especially when he's right on.
Especially when he's right on the damn mic.
Yeah,
like that,
he's just like, well, yeah, this mic. It wasn't even supposed to be on. It should have been this one, but whatever.
We should rename Steven to Got It Made Obsidian Steve, because everybody's got it made there. The wife's got it made. You got it made. The cat's got it made.
Hey,
we
that's how
should all strive to be like this guy over here.
Hey, I like to make my environment comfortable.
I'm not gonna lie.
He's like once I touch
better
that,
than I am.
He's like once I touch that money, let me go buy me another Switch so I can mod it.
I got like 3 of them here. Yeah.
Can you kick him out? That's a flex. I thought we have a strict rule on flexing over.
You ask Buddha, and you shall receive.
Yeah.
Oh God! All right. Well, listen, guys. Let's start with the obvious. Let's go ahead and start with the obvious. We are now in quarter 3, right? This week, July 1st, started quarter 3, and we have to be honest with each other, man. Bro, these rides are really, really, really low. In our market down here, Nick, Omar, Pascal, Richie, all of us down here, bro, I have never seen so many $2.62 ride offers in all my life. It is just absolutely nuts right now. So I wanted to get everybody's perspective. We'll start with Nick, and we will go from there. By the way, shout out Cray Cray. Cray Cray's in the house. How you doing, Cray Cray?
Great.
Go ahead, Nick. Let's talk about your slow start, and then let's get into what happened. You know what? Forget all that. Let's get into what happened tonight. I want to know more about what happened to you tonight.
So real quick, Richie already said it on the group. We want to shout out Richie. His birthday is tomorrow, so shout out.
If he was
Richie.
here, I'd put him in timeout right now. And you know what? Since you brought him up, we'll come back to you in a little bit.
Dang.
Wait, homie was born
Burr.
on Independence Day? That's crazy.
Yeah, Richie's birthday is Independence Day. So happy birthday to Rich. And Nick, can we now get to what happened to you today? I don't know why you're avoiding this.
Yeah,
subject.
I know. He's interrupting himself,
He's
you know?
avoiding this.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're gonna wuss out, just say you don't want to talk about it.
We won't understand.
Nah. So I got a ride from Pembroke Pines to Port St. Lucie, and it showed me the ride came in for me at $100, $100.35. But yeah, when I got the ride, I took it. Now I got there a lot faster than what Uber estimated, and so when I closed out the ride, the amount that I got actually was $91, and I think it was like 79 cents or something like that. So they just shorted me from the $100 to the 90. You know, that's what, $9. And so Pascal was like, "Yo, you got to submit it for a fare review and all of this." And the first questions that they asked, okay, yeah, show us a screenshot of your, of what's wrong, and we'll help you. So if you haven't like screenshotted the request, the first offer, that's already dead.
What?
So,
They asked for a screenshot of the original offer?
Yep. But it's all because I got there faster than what they expected. I'm in a Tesla. I don't know, maybe the traffic died down halfway through. I mean, it was only an hour, it was like an hour ride, but they expected for it to be an hour and a half. I don't know, but yeah, they shorted me for that, so I lost out on $9.
That is crazy. That to me is just absolutely nuts. That was like that time that I got shorted. I dropped off at FLL at Terminal 4, and they shorted the ride $3 and told me I didn't drop them off at Terminal 4, that I dropped them off at Terminal 3, even though I was clearly at Terminal 4. I don't understand how they can get away with that. How much faster did you get in there? Because $10 is $10.
Yeah, it was about 20 minutes.
20 minutes? You know what? Hold on, dog. Hold on. You got to go away, bro. How the hell do you clear 90 miles 20 minutes faster than normal?
I always say, guys, screenshot every request, especially big requests. If you can't screenshot every request, screenshot the big ones. I'm telling you, man.
Well, what Omar said, I got a ride for I remember saying $60-something, right, to go to Moreno Valley, just down the mountain. Dude, they shorted me. Instead of getting paid 62, I got paid $49.98. I was like, bullshit. I put it on Twitter. You guys follow me on Twitter or X or whatever. I put it let's see how long it'll take to get my money back, right? Bro, less than 5 minutes, the lady shot me my money back. I was like,
So,
damn,
Nick,
okay, pretty fast. But this is on
Nick,
Uber, right? Not Lyft. But
right. Well, he's on Uber. So Nick, did they make up for it, or they told you you're assed out?
So I submitted them for a fare review. They asked me for a screenshot. I said I didn't have any screenshots, so I'm still waiting to see what they say back.
Wow, that's craziness, man. That's crazy. I mean, I am sorry to hear that, Nick. That just ain't right. They send you an upfront fare, you complete the trip, and then they short you the money anyway. It's out of control, dude. It's just out of control.
And then, and you know what's funny, right? Were we just talking last week about this whole standard versus advanced bullshit. I mean, Nick, do you have that yet? Are you?
No, I'm not seeing it. So last week we had the little
Crazy.
placeholder. I don't even see the placeholder. So I guess they fixed their rollout.
Yeah, no, they rolled it back. They haven't been running with that lately. I think it's the end of July they're going to come out with that thing now. I think they're going to go back and I think they might be rethinking that, but we'll see. We'll see.
I don't think they're going to rethink it. But yeah,
Okay.
with the insider information I have with Hertz, I don't think they're going to rethink it.
Well, what inside information you talking about?
Oh, I mean, if you didn't know, so if you rent a vehicle at the Hertz Miami office, all their vehicles come now with dash cams.
What?
And yes, they do. DriveScape, all of their vehicles at the Hertz Miami. I don't know about the Fort Lauderdale one. Maybe it's a slow rollout, but all of the vehicles at the Hertz Miami, they all come with dash cams, even the regular cars.
Wow. Did they say why they're putting the dash cams in there?
It's for your safety, is what they say.
Come on, Vin. You know what it's for, bro. You see how you know how them Hertz rental Tesla drivers be on their Teslas, bro. Come on, bro.
That means now who's got access to that dash cam?
Yeah, I'm wondering, do they have live access?
Are they recording audio?
Yes, they are, Omar. And the company is called DriveScape. So if anybody downloads the app, you can download it in the App Store. The very first thing it's going to ask you to do is log into your Uber profile. So you can kind of put two and two together.
Wow.
We talking data.
So are they charging you for the dash cam?
No, they don't charge you for the dash cam, but it's just, it's always recording. It's always on. It records your voice. So they have your location, obviously.
So now I get, and you can't turn it on or off, can you?
Nope.
Well, I'm sure you could turn it off. They might not be happy, but I'm sure there's a way.
Well, I'm telling you,
it has to get power. It's very simple. Power, power ground.
Omar, Fight Club. But yeah, the normal, the best answer I can give everybody on this live stream is no, you can't turn it on.
So I just want to be clear about what you just said, because I did not know until just now. And Ramon, that is facts, 100% facts. Nick keeps injecting
injecting. Whoa.
Ejecto, bro.
No, did he?
Jesus.
So I just want to be clear about what you just said, Nick. If you are renting from, at least in Miami, if you are renting the Tesla or a car from Hertz to do Uber with, it now has a you ain't got no goddamn choice dash cam in it.
Yes, it does. And you don't
have access. You don't have access to it
after you give your profile.
Wow. Okay.
Anybody, you can download the app now. It's DriveScape. It's in the App Store, but again, you got to give access to your Uber profile to be able to see the information on the dash cam.
Interesting. That's craziness, dude. That's craziness, bro.
They can access it at any given time, obviously, because it's for your safety.
So, yeah, but so now, whenever so even if you got the app turned off,
yes,
and you're just driving, whether it's for your personal car, you're doing, taking the wife, kids, whatever, grocery shopping, whatever, or you might be doing some Amazon Flex or Walmart Spark or Instacart or something else. Now they can watch you do this at any given time.
Yes,
it's a snitch. It's a snitch
it's a snitch.
Or you
say
Sorry.
you're on the phone call. No, I'm just giving one last thing. Say you're on the phone call with your bank or you're handling business in a car. They now have access to your conversation because it's obviously recording.
No,
That's insanity, dude.
Nick, that's a snitch, bro. Because on the contract that you signed for Hertz, I'm not saying you do other shit, right? But I'm just saying it's a self snitch because you're only supposed to use that car for personal and Uber only. You can't do DoorDash. You can't do whatever, Lyft, whatever. It's a self snitch. So when they tell you, "Hey, bring the car in. We need to check your miles real quick," they could be like, "Hey, that's it. You're done. We caught you doing Amazon Flex. Boom! They caught you
Wow.
red-handed because they back then they don't have no proof of that of you
Bro, do
doing stuff like that.
you know how
That is
crazy
such
that is?
BS, bro. Holy shit!
Like I'm seriously, bro, I'm blown away by that.
Yep.
I'm blown away by that.
Every
See,
vehicle,
and
not
this is
just the
why I say
Tesla.
and this is why I say I'm not a fan of, while I understand the purpose of dash cams and having being able to upload directly to the cloud on your dash cams, right? I get that. But once you upload it to that cloud, even though they might tell you, well, no, only you can access, that's some bullshit. Look at Ring Camera. Ring Camera's been selling everybody's data for years on the, and they own the footage, not you. Go try to
That's
get
why.
your down, huh? Go ahead,
That's why I
Steve.
ended up going with what is it, Eufy, because they don't your system. You're not paying a subscription to go through their system and going through their arbitration in order to have your own home security system. But yeah, that was one of the main reasons. As you guys know how I feel about subscriptions. So.
Oh yeah, we don't want to get into those type of contracts.
I'm just, yeah, that just sounds crazy to me. And Mario's texting me right now. He says he's checked out that app, and it's Dreamscape Dashcam, right?
Well,
Hold on.
what did they
And
say?
here's something else. No shit. Okay,
What did they?
Mario with breaking news to add to next breaking news.
Okay.
Guess who did you see who designed or owns the app Drivescape Dashcam? Did you see who owns it?
Uh,
How about Cambridge Mobile Telematics? The ones that are
Oh
going to be
my
issuing
god!
the ones that are going to be issuing our driving scores to us
there
based
you
on our
go.
mobile phone sensors.
This
Mm.
is this is why I originally said.
Mm.
This is why I said I don't think that they're. I think that they're gonna come back with it. That was the whole reason why I was saying that.
Oh
With
my
the
god,
scores.
bro. That's craziness, dude. They are coming. Okay.
Bro, because you know how a lot of people say the end of Uber is near, right? Right? Whatever they say. Bro, at any moment, Uber can be like, you know what? We have all the data. Let's just sell it to AAA or, all these big companies that need data, right? And they get out of the rideshare game. That's it. You
Or
know,
they could sell it to Tesla.
or they could
Well,
sell it
that's
to
the other
Tesla.
part.
But Tesla right now has a lot of freaking miles on the road, though. They already have that type of data too. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I
True.
think, I think, I think, yeah, Mario, bro. Thank you for breaking that news, bro. Because that to me, I don't know if anybody else has talked about this yet. I have no clue. This is like news to me, y'all. This I haven't been because I haven't been on the radio or whatever. I've been, a little off lately, but bro, you have no control over the dash cam. You have to take the dash cam if you're going to use the Hertz rental. It's by Cambridge Telematics, which is going to be issuing you your driving score. And now they're going to be able to access you 24/7 while you're in that car.
Hell no.
If that ain't some more Willian fucking Big Brother bullshit, bro. Oh man, I feel bad. I
This
feel
this is
so
why it's
bad.
better to own your cars.
I feel really, really bad right now for anybody. Well, it's not only that, Buddha. It's just the fact. Listen, it's one thing to track your driving habits, right? I'm sure Tesla tracks all our data. I'm sure DriveWhip, who we get the cars from, is tracking our data, right? I'm sure Hertz was tracking your data because data is big money. Data is huge money. Funny, we're talking about data, Omar, on July 3rd, right before Independence Day. But at the same time, right? At the same time, who'd we lose? We lost somebody.
Nick.
We lost Nick.
We lost.
Oh, they're coming after him, bro.
Yeah, man. He's getting those idle fees. The idle fees go, and then the live goes off.
Cambridge is after his ass.
Bro,
he's quit spewing our secrets online.
Now, wait a minute. Mr. D has a point here. It could be a way to catch account sharing and fraud, but you can't. What kind of fraud are you going to commit in a Hertz rental?
Yeah.
Well, like Buddha just said, if you're driving for a different platform that you're not supposed to be driving for,
Wait.
That's fraud.
I never saw that. I never saw that in the agreement that you couldn't drive for another company.
Yeah,
it is because if you go through Hertz through the Uber app,
I don't know. I'm asking. I'm just asking.
Yeah. If you go through Uber, right, the $40 fee that they give you to go to wherever they have the cars or whatever. If you strictly go from Hertz with the Uber app, it's in the contract where you cannot use any other platform but Uber only, because that's where you get the 30 rides a week or whatever bullshit quest that you have to do.
Right,
so
right.
Because I know how to say it on.
Yeah, that's
here,
what I'm saying.
but,
they find out anything like that, they're gonna terminate your lease on the vehicle.
Yeah, and it's easy to find out because I think they have the Uber and Hertz have the thing where they know how many rides you're doing and how many miles those rides are. So if you do 100 miles on that day, according to Uber, you did 100 miles, but on the odometer you got 300 miles. It's like, what were you doing? You know what I'm saying?
Well, it's not supposed to matter what you were doing. There was an unlimited mileage rental. It wasn't like, okay, it wasn't like that Ford Mach bullshit they were trying to do where they gave you, 500 miles a week and a quarter for every mile over that.
No, yeah, it's a limited miles, but strictly for Uber only. If it makes sense, its proprietary use was for Uber only.
Well, I'm not going to argue with you. If you guys say so. I
because
wasn't around them.
I had to. If you guys remember, I had the damn Polestar, right? The Polestar from Hertz. At that time, Uber didn't have they did have the dollar bonus thing, but Lyft had the 150 rides a week thing. You know what I'm saying? And I've been doing, the other platform, but then they hit me with once they found out, right? They're like, hey, you can't upgrade your week because we're gonna have to come and see the car real quick. And it's like, okay, like why? You know what I'm saying? They're not stupid. They're not stupid, But that's right.
I just think that's so goddamn invasive. To me, that just blows my mind, bro. I've been rolling around with this dash cam from Vofio. Yeah, and this A229 Pro, man, I got to tell you, I love the dash cam, and I can download my own footage from the dash cam onto my phone at any given time. There's no big deal for that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm awesome with that. But I just cannot. Steve, God damn it, Steve. You know what? Hold on. Yeah. Hey, Steve, thank you, sir. Appreciate the super chat. I'm getting ready to send you the link again. God damn it. Jesus Christ. Why is Richie cussing me out? Richie is cussing me out. He just sent me an email.
Did he send you an email? He didn't even send you a text message, an email. He really wanted to get that FU across.
He got it. He got it too, boy. Whatever the hell. Let me reply to him real quick. What the hell?
Guy cursed me out, but like I said, you text the wrong person. He hasn't responded yet. He just realized he texted the wrong person.
Yo, you know what's funny? All these
He
people
gets
that
so
have
mad.
a lot of people in the
Jesus.
chat are talking about the Uber beacon, and it's like, dude,
That thing
that's a
is so
massive
old.
tracker too, bro. I don't even know
Oh, I
if the
bet.
new, I don't know if the new Lyft amp. Remember, there's a new Lyft amp now.
Yeah, it probably is.
Do you think that's a tracker as well?
Who
But who
knows?
knows?
I mean, you gotta take it apart and find out and see. Or you
Well,
could probably run like there's a checker that you could run on it to see if it's getting a signal that's going outbound.
Well, the Uber Beacon always had a tracker in it, and so did I didn't know the Lyft Beacon had a tracker in it, but the Uber, from the word go, the Uber Beacon always had a tracker in it, and the new one's even more sophisticated. So if you have the original round beacon, that had a GPS in it, and then the new one, the block, I call it the ice block. That's a whole nother.
Well,
That's a whole nother ballgame.
it's funny because on the Uber app here on my phone, if you look, I have iPhone, so if you go to the settings
Boo.
app, if you go to get your bro Android people, go with the protest if you know what I'm saying. But
What are
look
we
at this
talking about?
shit.
Let's go.
Android. We're talking about Android over iPhone. That's what.
Where's this at?
All right.
Look,
So I just sent out 2 links. Mario's going to come on tonight, talk a little bit, and he can talk about his recovery. And then Steve, I sent Rideshare Rodeo. I sent him the link again, like I've been doing almost every week. But he's a busy guy. He's a busy guy.
look how much access I have to give Uber on the iPhone app. Look at all those.
What's that? All the permissions?
Yeah, all the permissions on iOS for the Uber app. And I took off motion and fitness because motion and fitness uses a gyroscope in my phone. That's what they use to like detect your movement or speed or whatever and the braking.
Right.
So if you go to my Uber app and look at your driving score or whatever that thing is, it always says 0 because they're
There,
not tracking my shit.
there's also something in the app somewhere, and I gotta remember what the hell it is, where it's something about sharing data or something like that, and you could turn it off.
It's
You still have
amazing.
the
Like
original Uber logo. That's crazy.
it's amazing to me because I don't know if you guys have been watching this. I've been contemplating doing a video on it. Have you guys ever watched Super Pumped? The story of Uber.
Nope.
If you guys have not seen this program, originally aired on Showtime, you can watch it on Netflix right now. It's called Super Pumped. You guys should go and watch this. You guys should go. It's like a 7-episode series, and it takes you through everything. And when you sit there and you watch, you're gonna get mad, like you're gonna get pissed off, because the same shit that went on under Kalanick is the same shit that's going on now under this guy. Nothing's changed. And now we're sitting here and we're talking about they're tracking you, they're forcing a dash cam on you, which I'm with the dash cam. Don't get me wrong. I'm with the dash cam as long as I control my data. I control my video footage, not somebody else. The minute I have to give up my rights to my video, to my personal stuff when the app is off, game over. You can have your car. I don't need your car. I don't even need to be around your company. I just don't need to be around it. Because all they're doing is manipulating and selling that shit out anyway. And at some point, they're going to use it against you.
Mm-hmm.
I demand my dash cam, but it has to be, I have to control that data. That's it. That's just it. Anyway, I don't know how you guys feel about it. I want Omar to chime in on this because I'm really curious.
If it's in the little black text and you sign on the dotted line, so people are. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what you want me to say. I mean, it's like Buddha said. It's good to own your own car. I own my own car.
Right.
So I don't know what to tell you. I mean, I don't like how invasive the world has become. I especially don't like it from a government perspective, but from the private perspective, it's one of those things where if you sign up for it, you sign up for it. But at the same time, I know the question is how how far can they go with your data? Like, should there be a limitation?
Well, yeah, basically that's the
That's a
question.
good one. That's a I have to think about that for a little bit. I got to think. You know, as a capitalist who believes that anything can be for sale, if it, well, anything within reason can be for sale.
Whoa,
Yeah,
that's a
free
deep
market,
topic to hit.
free market, sir. And you live near a very good free market that I wish you would go to more often.
Oh
Yeah.
my god, dude. Dude, if I had, I wish I still could do those long runs to Tijuana,
Bro,
but everybody keeps.
you should be taking Steven's card. You'd be doing Steven a favor.
Oh Lord, oh Lord, here
Oh
we
my
go.
god, bro.
Here
Okay,
we
so
go.
talking
Here
about
we go. Here we
talking
go.
about
And speaking of dropping people off at the border and not looking back, Big Scott from LA's in the house.
Oh man.
Damn.
Oh, let me put on my
All right.
pants.
Yo, since Scott says that I kind of replaced him last week, here you go. Here's the floor.
So DG says, "Oh my God, do they follow you to watch you bathroom too? You wash your hands?"
Damn straight.
I mean, yeah.
Let's see.
I noticed you didn't get any soap.
Oh yeah, right. Hey guys, do you think Lyft Black wait times waiting for the passengers should be more than 10 cents? I have no idea. We don't have a rate card anymore down here, so I don't know what we get paid anymore. I have no idea.
You know,
Probably nothing.
What do you
bro.
guys think?
I forgot to I forgot. So it's funny.
I'll be right back. Go ahead
This
and
is,
discuss. I'll be right
that this is mentioned. I had I did a black SUV the other day, and I was holding a $16 bump, and so inside. I'll just explain it so that nobody has to guess. And I'll try to get the screenshot up. I'm fussing with something on my computer right now. So you know how they say 70% of their earnings, right? And I gotta get it up here because I was talking to the guys about this on the live show on the after show.
Damn, bro, you don't gotta look all sexy for us now. Damn.
I know, right?
Damn, look at
Hey, I only came on here because Mario's on here.
I'm live. Oh yeah, I see it.
There you
Yeah.
go.
I'm doing it from my phone. I don't see it really well. How you guys doing?
We're doing good.
Well, Omar's over there looking through the Bible. Okay.
No. Actually, you know what? I was with a buddy of mine. Who's visiting right now, and he's like, is that the Bible of bad requests? Because I'm showing him all my screenshots. Like, look at this, bro. These are black SUV rates. He's going, what?
Can somebody put that Ramon comment? Can somebody put the Ramon comment?
Movie at Figueroa all the time.
Yeah, that was Omar when he came for Coachella. He was
All right, so I see Mario. Mario has joined us. What's
So,
going
dude-
on, brother?
So man, that was a bombshell thing, man. I didn't know that about Hertz, man. That's crazy.
It's a little black text that no one likes to read. You got to read it. It's there.
This year's something else, huh?
I wonder if you know what. I wonder if you have a current rental and you need to go get maintenance or something, if they'll make you put it on.
That's what happened with Nick.
That's why he disappeared. We lost him.
Yep.
They got him.
They got him. They put that chip
got
up
him.
where the sun don't shine.
Now,
Yep.
Oh yeah,
wait a minute.
that's right.
Because
Wait a
he's
minute,
up in the boonies right now too. So
But we're allowed to use the car and not be signed in.
Correct.
I mean, I pick up my
Exactly
parents from.
my
What if I
point.
pick up my parents from the airport? I'm doing a friend a
But,
favor.
This has been a minute, but I remember a section where it talks about other platforms. So yeah, you are allowed to drive, on personal miles. But there's also the miles that you can drive for actually using the vehicle for rideshare purposes, and it talks about utilizing it for other platforms.
I wonder if you had I had a constant. Well, I don't now. It's not so constant. But when I had the Tesla, I had a private ride every Thursday at the same time. If you go to my dash cam on Thursday at 5:00, it would show somebody, getting an hour and something ride from me every Thursday, and it wasn't an Uber ride. So I wonder if they would have something.
See, this is what's real quick. I got to shout out Cray Cray. You know what? I absolutely love Cray Cray. And you know what? While I'm thinking about Steven, well, no, I got to go find her channel. Like, she's really doing some good podcasting stuff, and she just gifted 5 people memberships to the channel. Frank XXXX. Oh my God, Buddha's got a goddamn membership to the channel now. Lord have mercy. And Harley and Keeping It Real with Dom, you guys are in there. So now y'all gonna force me to make more videos for members only. Okay, we're gonna do that. Thank you, Cray Cray. Appreciate you. I got to get this damn thing fixed. Bro, the fact that I mean, that's just, I don't know. It's just, it's bothering me. I don't know why it's bothering me. I don't have a Hertz rental.
Because it sounds messed up because we're already going to, they're going to track us while we're not doing Uber. Because I don't care if they see that. I like dash cams. I had a dash cam in my.
I love my dash cam. My dash cam.
But I don't like the idea of somebody else having access to my dash cam and not me.
That's my thing. And then what you just dropped too is that it's Cambridge Telematics.
Yeah.
Which is the ones that's going to be issuing.
And I just noticed that because I heard him say Drivescape, right? So I just looked it up. I literally looked it up and I saw that it said I sent Vinny the screen grab, but that's weird. I mean, it could be a coincidence, but that's crazy.
Here's the thing that now I'm thinking about this, right? So they're doing this, right? They're gaining data specifically to you as an individual. And then whatever they're doing with it, we don't know. But it's like, this is, we all here talk about like pivoting, right? Just if one thing isn't working, you're going to do something else. Yeah. These companies, it sounds like they're not doing well. And this is this is like the last thing that they could do now. It's like, well, why don't we not rent cars? Why don't we rent data? Meaning, we're not renting you a car. And you get what I'm saying? Like, what I'm saying is, they're not making any money anymore off rentals. It's a losing game for them in the long run with the maintenance and everything they have to go through. So selling data is like is a thing on the background that's where they're making money off of.
And they're probably sold on self-driving cars already. So is that what?
Yeah, I'm just thinking out loud here. Like that's they're like, the company is not doing this for any moral reason or have any moral obligation to it. They could care less about how we feel about it personally. They're just going, you know what? In order for us to survive, this is the thing that they're offering. We can't put advertisements or stickers on the car, but what we can do is we can sell your data, and that's where we are right now. That makes them not a rental company anymore. It makes it more of a something else.
Does anybody else know anything about this CMT, Cambridge Mobile Telematics? Or they say that you need to, like on that email from the Advantage Mode, it says you need a 75, but it's like you need a 75. It's just a number that doesn't mean anything. A 75 out of what? 75 out of 100? A 75 out of 200? A 75 out of 1,000? What's 75? And then you say CMT has to do with your driving. It said in that email, it's part of your driver's insights dashboard. That means it knows how fast you're going. That's why it tells you, hey, you were speeding on this ride, or hey, you had 4 trips where you broke, you put on the brakes. What's the word they use?
Broke hard.
You broke hard on these 2 trips or something. So that has to do with the little gimbal on your phone. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, the driver.
So then I thought, how am I going to improve? Let's suppose they give me a scale to improve or not improve that score. How do I do that? Okay, by not speeding. Okay, by not braking harshly. But now that I see this dash cam thing, they're going to take that into consideration. Like, oh, you said a dirty word, to the customer. Are they going to be listening to what our conversations are like? They're already, some customers already record us. I feel a little uneasy with that. I mean, I understand why it's there, but
if the whole listen, if they're the ones that are doing, if they're the ones issuing the insurance, right? Uber is self-insured, right? They have whatever their sliding scale is that's issuing the insurance per ride for us. So if this is a way to help reduce their insurance, okay, I don't see how that clicks in with the dash cams, because you're paying for extra insurance for Hertz already. Like very few people ride without the extra insurance.
And you know what? I think I'm gonna not. If I ever go back to Hertz again, which at this point I'm probably looking at Drive Whip once the Tesla becomes feasible again.
Right.
But I think if I go back to Hertz, I know a guy who doesn't do the insurance. He says, it's fine. They charge you for the glass. If you get in an accident and you have to replace the glass and towing, it's like, well, I got AAA, and if I get in an accident, my insurance will cover it too. I don't know.
That glass is fucking expensive.
So Bear Claws just come in and says, this is nothing new. Same thing as Lyft Smooth Cruise Report. They've been doing it for many months. Well, yeah, listen, 6 years ago, Omar will remember this. I don't know if how many of you guys were driving back then, but Omar should remember this. They used to tell us what our driving score was 6 years ago.
And how do they calculate that? I don't understand how you calculate.
It's all through your. It's like what Buddha said. It's all through your fitness and health gyros on your phone. That's like, remember Lyft used to tell you, hey, your phone's not mounted, even though your phone is freaking mounted in a mount on the car, whether it's through your dash or in the cup holder, whatever, or on the glass. But if it shook, because Miami's got the smoothest roads in the country, you know what I'm saying? We just But if it shook,
you know how many times I have to swerve
you were
on
holding
Old
your
Cutler
phone
because of the potholes? Like, I'm swerving. Sometimes I have to go to the you do crazy shit in this job. Roads are closed everywhere. Sometimes you have to go on the opposite end of the highway. Sometimes you have to reverse. Sometimes you have to go in through the outdoor. I mean,
you got to swerve at the airport. The roads are bad on permanent road.
Yeah, at the airport, you gotta honk. You gotta Well, is honking against the rules? That's another thing. Like, listen to the honk. Like, you gotta honk. You gotta cut in front of people. You gotta go to departures instead of arrivals.
All right. So SB says, I think they're just trying to monitor their equipment. Dash cam video in an accident is priceless to protect the driver and the vehicle owner. SB, if you're driving a Tesla and it's through Hertz, the dash cam is always running. And you, as a driver, don't have access to the glove box to get to the what's the word I'm looking for?
Thumb drive.
The thumb drive. You don't have access to the thumb drive.
And look, I doubt that anybody's going to be looking at thousands of hours of all our Tesla dash cam. But that's where I feel like, and I said it in my last vlog when they gave me that email, this smells of introducing artificial intelligence into this.
Interesting.
They didn't say it, but this smells of new telematics, new companies getting involved. You don't think AI's...
And this is why
I tell you what, they're not going to hire some dude standing in front of a switchboard like Batman checking our dash cams. Oh, this guy did this and that guy did that. This guy's going over the limit.
They won't have to, because it's just like just like YouTube. But it's just like YouTube. So YouTube knows exactly what your thumbnail says. Okay, who's with the echo? We got a bad echo going on down here. So they know exactly what your thumbnail says. It's read by the algorithm. It's not read by a human, so they know how to place you. And that first 30 seconds of a video, they know exactly what you're saying in that video and where to send that video out to, or what buzzwords, keywords are going to be extracted for advertisers for that video. Right? So who's to say that they can't just, we're talking about Uber here. We're talking about $1 billion company that can just, they're like NSA, bro. They can scan everything all at one time on a computer, pick up certain buzzwords, keywords, and boom, there you go. There you go. Nick just told his wife, baby, I love you. He hung up the phone, called his girlfriend, said, "Baby, I love you." Now the Uber's going to call Nick's wife and say, "Hey, he loves you and the other one."
Yeah.
He's not saying.
Sorry, Nick. I was trying to interject a little humor there.
Damn, Nick looked like he's about to go slump mode.
So the guys in the
I
the
mean,
guys in my
uncomfortable.
group chat are saying that Lyft and InDrive are ringing more than Uber in these slow times. Do you guys see that? I don't have either.
Then what that means is that those are like the cheapest of the cheapest. Okay,
Yeah.
turn that shit off.
I don't know how you can get cheaper
I
than
can't even
Uber.
turn InDrive off. That's how long I haven't updated it.
Well, they have a huge billboard now in downtown Miami. Huge billboard right in Brickell. So I'm like, oh, they're making some money. That real estate for that billboard. That's where like they advertise like F1 and Richard Mille watches and stuff. Like something's going on. They're either Uber's probably lowering their prices to compete, because I'm getting really bad offers, guys. I mean, really bad. I texted Vinny.
We opened the show with that this morning or today. That I've never seen so many $2.62 rides offers in all my life. Now, with that being said, I only ride on Lyft Black, and I haven't gotten a request this week yet. And I probably got that app on.
I'm borrowing my mom's Ford Escape right now. It qualifies for comfort because it's got nice leather seats. It's a 2021. I've been Ubering for maybe a week and a half, 2 weeks now. I can count the number of comforts that rang in one hand.
Damn.
I've been doing Uber X. It's not even worth turning. I mean, obviously I have it on, but if I turn X and Pet off and only leave comfort, I might as well just be signed off.
Yeah, it goes quiet. Yeah.
Thomas, are you seeing the same thing out there in Tampa?
Yeah, I mean it's still they still lowballing some of these rides, but it's hit or miss. Like parts in the morning. Oh, you got my mic muted. Can you hear me?
No,
Yo, Mike.
You sound like
but it's
static.
really staticky right now.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Yeah, so it's hit or miss here in Tampa. Like now, since it's the 4th of July weekend,
Lyft 240.
Lyft is throwing out bonuses like candy. Like that.
Yeah, hey,
Uh-huh.
Thomas, your audio is really coming in bad, buddy. It's really coming in bad. We're gonna have to come back to you in a minute. There we go. All right, there we go. All right. Hey, also, before I introduce Steve, if y'all don't know Steve is with Rideshare Rodeo. He is 13 minutes of gig news and just all, bro. He's just a plethora of information. Talk about finger on the pulse of what's going on in the gig world. All the nuts and bolts that nobody ever wants to talk about. That's what Steve brings to the table, and he does it in more ways than one. But before we get to him, Nick, Dirty South is asking, what happened to you and Drive Whip, and what's the deal? Because he's there, bro. He's there in the chat, and you ain't answering him, so I got to put you on the spot.
Yeah, and I appreciate the fact that Dirty South turned off the caps lock. Oh, thank you.
He did turn off the caps lock. He did.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's acting very nicely, so we do have to oblige.
So, Dirty South, I just had an incident with Drive Whip, but I haven't told everybody publicly because, I mean, it's just between me and Drive Whip.
And then that's it. Then that's all you need to say.
Mm-hmm.
Seriously. That's all you need to say.
Yeah, bro. He's not the
like
insurance
mode, bro.
company, my boy. So.
He's just right now. He'll be back with Drive Whip soon. He'll be back with Drive Whip soon. He might be getting mine. I don't know yet. We'll see. We'll see.
Bro.
Anyway,
that's those are the rights that Vinny likes to take, bro. $2.40, bro.
Yeah, man.
That's the cheapest I've ever seen.
That's one gone.
I've seen 261 on Uber. That's the cheapest I've ever seen on Uber. I used to think it was 262, Vinny, but it's actually 261.
If I ever, bro, I don't even, bro. Steve, What do you say about all of this? Have you? I don't know if you were able to hear the new Cambridge telematics dash cams that are being installed in the Uber Hertz rentals. Are you familiar with that at all?
Yep. I'm super familiar with the telematics too. It's been around a long time. Like, I don't know if all you guys, I mean, you know, Vinny, that like you could have got Allstate app 2 years ago and been running telematics.
Okay.
Like that, it was actually a way that they kind of actually did the same thing like DoorDash wording. It was like, this can help you lower your rates, but it won't hurt you. I was thinking,
yeah,
come on, man.
Yeah, just stick this in your OBD, and we're going to give you.
So
10% off
you guys
insurance.
created an app or a piece of an app to lower my rates that does nothing good for you. And on top of that, I have no tickets or anything the last many years. I don't know about you guys, but my insurance is the days of it going down for being a good driver gone.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter if you're a good or bad driver. Your insurance rates go up every year.
Doesn't matter.
You know, it's funny, right? Compare that to Uber and Lyft, how we all get punished. Yet all of us on this panel here, I believe all of us on this panel, well, except for Scott, because he's, you know, he drops people off at the border. All of us should be above 4.9, right? Right?
Buddha, what's your rating, Buddha?
4.98.
Oh shit!
Wow. So
Okay.
the point I'm getting at is that at any moment in
Hey,
time
what
we could
the?
be
Nah,
shut
what
down.
the? Hold on. What the hell was that? Oh, all right, bro.
They singled you out, Buddha.
Just because I'm clapped out, bro, doesn't. Whoa, wait, hold on. Whoa, my car is clapped out.
Somebody cap that. Cut that right there.
You can't take that back.
No, just because my car is clapped.
No Diddy.
Oh my god, Steve, welcome to the jungle, Steve. Welcome to the jungle, buddy.
So, but back to telematics and how it relates to what we're doing. You know that. So on top of Allstate, you got some of you might know who Display Ride is, whether you do or not. It's a dash cam, and it's one of the few dash cams that does real time cloud upload.
Right?
Is that a beeping or what is it?
Yeah, that's yeah. We're having a little audio issues over there with my buddy Thomas. Okay, I got him under. Love you, Tom.
But no, but you can. But so through Display Ride, first of all, you guys all should have. We should all have. There should be more options, but we should all have dash cams that don't rely on SD cards. I mean, almost 95% of them out there are SD driven, and criminals know this. Like when they're done robbing you, they grab the camera too, because without it, you don't have the card. So like, I mean, there used to be Owl. I don't think Owl's in business anymore. Owl was pretty sweet because it could like turn it on in the middle of the night. Like if your bumper was touched, it would record for like 5 minutes. But Display Ride does the same thing, and it actually has a portal where I can go into it, and I can. It's the only place I know I can do this. It's like a no harm, no foul. It's only for you. I can go in there and see my telematics score. But Display Ride doesn't care. They don't give a shit. They put it in there for me because they knew how many places it was launching in, so that I can keep a better track of how these telematics are being gauged.
Okay.
So am I saying everybody needs to go get a Display Ride camera? No, but why don't we get some more? Why don't we get somebody to make an app that is just running the Cambridge 75% test?
What is the 75, and how do you improve it or hurt it?
Well, so I mean, first it depends on. They're either using 2 or 3 factors. They're going to start using more too, but they're using braking and acceleration are the main 2.
Okay.
So that's like with
but
most.
How much? It's like, okay, I sped for 5 minutes on the turnpike. My score went down. How many points?
It's more about, from what I know, it's more with all of them. It's more about accelerating from a complete stop. So it's how you handle yourself on a right-hand turn. Like, let's say you're at a light and you're slowly like it goes green and you're 3 back and you're slowly moving forward. When it gets to be your turn to make a right, they're checking in on how fast you're making that right. They're checking in on how fast you're taking off from a stop sign. They're seeing if you come do a complete stop. They're and then in the way, we shouldn't expect anything different, but it's pathetic. Like DoorDash's way of showing it to you is an overlay when you're done with your dash. It just kind of puts it in colors, like for a 4-year-old. It's like, you were 3 notches red today. That's bad. Like,
they want us to drive like robots.
Yeah, but they also want red to mean bad, blue to mean good. And you should have 3 blue chips, not 2 red chips. But don't forget, guys, it doesn't matter. They're just doing this because it doesn't matter.
Exactly. There's always, we say it on the show all the time, right? Most drivers are playing checkers, while these apps are playing 4D chess, 5D chess.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. They're 5 years ahead of us, and we're trying to make sure we got our bills covered for next week. It's so, but this just blew my mind. Like it was like.
Well, I can tell you this. So from working all the years with Para and the guys at now, Para is now GigSafe. It's not an app for us directly, but it's doing things for gig workers. But the team over there told me that the telematics that the companies are collecting, because I know Uber is, I know DoorDash is, I don't know if Lyft is, and I don't think Grubhub is, for the giants anyway. So, but DoorDash and Uber are, and he said that what they're doing is, on an easiest of computer terms, they're submitting like block data for a market, but they are submitting it direct. They're selling it directly to not just third parties, that anybody that wants to buy it, but directly to State Farm. But it doesn't say. But it doesn't say here's Vinny Cruz or here's Vinny Cruz in Florida. It says here's Vinny's Florida market overall. So there is some.
Yeah, anytime we hear about any new kind
there
of
is some
tracking
safety
thing, we always
in the
go
animus side,
Orwellian, right?
but at the same time, I mean, we never know how much that safety really is, even from the company itself. Because a lot of these programs, believe it or not, even the ones with Uber and stuff, they do these stories about backdoors and stuff. They do exist. Like some of these out of the box.
Well, I mean, listen, I would. Here's a question for you, Buddha. Listen, I'm going to ask this question. All I want is a yes or no answer. I'm going to go around the whole screen. It's a yes or no answer. Buddha, do you know what gray ball is?
Gray ball?
Yes or no?
No.
Steve, you know what gray ball is?
Yes.
Nick, do you know what gray ball is?
Nope.
Mario, do you know what gray ball is?
It's what happens when I go on a bad date. I don't know. No.
Jesus Christ. Mario, let me introduce
It's like
you to
somewhere
something
between
real quick.
glue balls and.
Yeah, no, we just put Mario in timeout for that one. He had to get put in timeout for that one. Yeah, come on, man.
He's just trying to liven things up.
Okay, Steven.
Not gonna lie, I was thinking what
I deserved it. I deserved it.
So.
Steven, do you know what gray ball is? Scott, do you know what gray ball was?
No.
Omar, do you remember?
Yeah.
Okay. So
y'all notice that it was all the old heads that nobody.
But you guys should still know what this is. This is a big deal.
So
bro, at one time, Uber was running not one, not two, but 3 different versions of clandestine apps, data tracking on not only drivers' phones, but passengers' phones. Illegal tracking to see what they were doing, where they were going, how they were doing it.
Oh, wait, I thought this was on that show.
Hell, bro, I remember I lived through it.
But they all right. I was driving then too. But
Yeah,
they also used it to 86 customers.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like they could make it so that a car would appear to be coming and then it would just disappear or cancel.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Exactly.
What, Vinny, why do you say illegal, Vinny?
It was illegal because it violated your privacy rights.
Well,
You didn't know that it was back there. You didn't know that it was operating behind.
I remember now. It was
the only thing I want to
episode in
say is
Super
that there's a
Pumped.
lot of people that are doing it, and as well as governments that are doing it. So
Never
Well,
heard of
but
it.
is it
one of
illegal
the-
that
one of
they're
the
doing it
things-
as well?
But something that's been left out so far is that it also tracked real-time police and rerouted drivers.
What?
So basically,
so like DUI
version of
checkpoints and
Waze.
stuff, like crazy stuff. Like, why would you need a DUI checkpoint? You're supposed to be the Uber driver. Why would you need to go the longer route?
Those are annoying when I'm an Uber driver.
No, because
I know, but they weren't doing it, Steve, for the niceness of you. They were like, we really care about Steve. Let's let him
Right.
avoid this. They were like, let's stay away from the police.
Right. Well, they were doing a bunch of stuff illegal, especially when they launched.
Yeah, but this all fell into gray ball.
Right. Eventually, right. It started with heaven. First, it was God. What was it? Heaven mode? No, it was God mode. Then heaven mode. Heaven mode, and then they eventually wound up in gray mode. Hell mode.
Purgatory mode.
And Mario, to your point, I keep saying that I think everybody needs to go because they need to go back and watch Super Pumped. And I
remember enjoying it, but I watched.
And I tell you another good program that everybody should go watch. Because ain't nobody taking $2.62 rides, so you got time to sit there in your fucking car and watch Netflix.
$2.40.
That is, man, I smacked shit up
get
somebody
that
if I
shared
called
ride,
$2 for it.
I took that shit in the brand new Escalade.
Of course you did. We know you did. That's your
specialty. Buddha. Just bro, Buddha's on a 5-minute timeout, Steven.
Here's my challenge to everybody for tomorrow. Go whatever you would be, not tomorrow because it's 4th of July, but for next normal day you work. Go, if you go out for 5 hours, go out for 5 hours and panhandle instead and see which way it makes more.
Oh, it makes way more money. Panhandling out here?
Let's see.
And my God. And it's no car, no miles, no
I'm actually
gas.
wondering how many, which one of us could actually last.
Like, how much?
Well, wait a minute.
An hour? It's insane.
Wait a minute. Yeah. Omar claims to be the king of finesse.
What was the other show, Vinny, that you wanted us to watch?
You need to watch the docudrama on WeWork.
Oh, I wanted to see that. Yeah.
You need to watch the one on WeWork. I'm telling you, there are so many programs out here that, they, and I don't know how accurate they are, but I tell you what, I've been watching Super Pumped again. This is like the third time I'm watching it.
I need to rewatch it. I remember enjoying it, but it was before I
Bro,
really
there is no
Uber.
difference right now with Kashishari and the way this company is being run than there was when Kalanick was running the company. It's the same shit. It's the same script, same program.
I'd take Travis back in a heartbeat, dude.
Yeah.
You know what? Guys, I get it. Don't hit me with Susan Fowler crap and that kind of stuff. I get it, and I'm down. I think it's fun. I think that yes, he had some boys stuff going on. Not
Toxic,
cool.
yeah.
Not cool. Not to be. Shouldn't have been in the workplace so much. However, it might have changed. Who knows? But sure didn't for all the years he was there. He cared about the drivers. On some level, point, he didn't care about much at all in his life. But
right. I would say that, and I've always said this, that when you have a CEO that is not a founder, the CEO has no skin in the game. His only purpose when they bring in these guys, same thing with Rideshare over there at Lyft. And let's be honest, nobody ever wants to say this, but let's be honest. Lyft is the reason why we got $2.62 fucking rides. Because Lyft came in with that Walmart syndrome from, dude, listen to me, Omar. There was no cheap rides until Lyft came on the scene.
Hey, don't let the Fuji people
there wasn't
off
basic
for
rides
Instacart
until
either,
Lyft came
though.
on the scene either.
The Instacart people have you shopping for 100 items for $3.50 now. So you know.
Oh my God!
Oh
yeah.
Oh yeah.
What?
So
But in the beginning, when God said, "Let there be light," here came Lyft and Zimmer, and they snuck everybody from the bottom. They said, "Okay, Uber, you're going to be the black card service. Well, we're going to be the everything else service." And then when they got there, when they both had their little sword fight, and both of them found out that they were Tiny Tims in the gym, here we got Uber X, here we got Uber Shared, here we got Uber Pool, here we got Lyft shit and that and the other, and now we got the wall race to the bottom.
Extra comfort.
And you know what?
Shuttle.
Nobody wants to talk about this either, but both Uber and Lyft are getting snuck. Because if you ain't watching Freebie right now, Freebie is coming in on every market down here in South Florida, and they are throwing all kinds of free rides out there.
How people make money on Freebie? Like, do they pay their drivers? How does Freebie work? I see them all everywhere, but
okay, Mario, They go into these little municipalities. They cut deals with the local governments. You pay us X amount of dollars, and we're going to put this guy out here. And every time somebody downloads that app and they request a ride, we're going to send a driver there to pick them up. That's exactly what it is.
And they
How does the
operate in a
driver
small
get
and they
paid?
operate in a small area. They don't go everywhere. It's just a very
How does the driver get paid?
He's an hourly pay.
salary.
per hour. Yeah, you're
He's
getting
an hourly
Is this a
pay, bro.
government employee or this company's employee?
That's a
It's a
good question.
company
David.
employee.
That's a good
It's
question.
a company employee.
It's quasi.
He's
I think it's quasi.
I also saw for the first time those Miami-Dade vans that are going to be around. I don't know if you've seen the ads on Instagram or I forgot where I saw it,
The kitty
Instagram or
snatcher
TikTok.
vans.
There's something mobile connect or something connect.
Oh my gosh.
They're basically minivans, but they have the Miami-Dade logo on them, and I think they're giving rides out of the places like bus stops and metro rails and all that. And it's
So,
but they're giving. But if you look at the map, they're kind of like government rideshare.
So this is what I mean right here about why I slightly disagree with you, Vinny, as far as Lyft coming in and lowering things. It's the attitude of these companies. Like when you guys say that when what's his name left,
Kalanick.
Kalanick left, and then Dara came in. No skin in the game. I agree with you there, Vinny. No skin in the game. Now it's about making the investors happy. His company went from never making a profit, which we all know was bullshit, to now record earnings and record this and record that. And now being on the
still
S&P.
don't show a profit, but go ahead.
Right. But what I'm saying is, we're in this race to the bottom now, and amongst us as drivers, we've all talked about floating the idea of if we had a company for the driver by the driver, and we wouldn't cave in. But that's obviously a noble idea. But that's kind of what it takes. It takes companies that actually give a crap, and we're finding more and more companies don't give a crap, no matter what it is, across the board. And I wish more people would wake up and have the conversation that we're having and understand that what you're doing is not sustainable. That this is what they're doing.
There's an old cliche: just because you can do something doesn't mean you should do something.
Right. So I mean, I have to say this, and I know it's probably going to maybe piss some people off. You should know what you signed up for, and if you don't, it's kind of your fault.
Well, now you see, now that's what, and then I'm going to get back to Steve here in a second, but that's exactly what got Kalanick in trouble the worst, is because when he had a driver that everybody's seen the video, right? He's in the back of the car, right? And the driver gets on his ass, and Kalanick was not wrong for what he said. You need to be accountable for your actions. Now, were you misled? Yes, you were.
Yep.
You were misled, but you know what?
Yep.
It was still Omar, let me ask you a question. When's the last time you turned on your app? When's the last time you turned it on to work?
So two things. Number one,
answer my question first. When's the last time you turned on your app?
I'm just addressing Steven here because I think he just got to play the food. So I just wanted to make everybody aware of that. Okay, if y'all are watching everything, and I'm watching everything. Okay, I'm just saying. And as far as
I just got a kid sandwich, all right?
Okay, yeah, damn. All right. Someone's living good here.
Dinner's getting ready now.
Someone's living good here on Lyft Basic, okay? Vinny, to answer your question, the last time I turned the app on was Monday.
Okay. Steve, when's the last time you turned on an app?
Me, Steve?
Yeah, you.
Okay. What app are you wanting to know?
Oh my gosh, what app? Oh boy.
What app? Okay.
Mario, because Vinny, I use 10 courier apps every day.
That's true. I
mean, I use
any of them.
And here comes the government. Why do you have so many apps? Here comes the privacy.
I need to make money, man.
Yeah.
Here we go. Here comes Hertz. What are you doing juggling phones? Okay, right?
Right. Well, my point is that we all turned on the app of our own free will, knowing we're going to get pissed off, especially if you're doing rideshare right now, unless you're in Denver, where goddamn my guy up there is just absolutely smoking it right now. Tony. Between the delivery apps and rideshare, I mean, Tony's just killing them, bro. He's killing them up there.
And that's the thing about the delivery, the last mile courier space just has to be in your area. Once it is, there's no acceptance rate. And they really don't even have behind the scenes metrics. They don't care if you don't take an offer. The only thing care about at all is if you take it, especially scheduled ones for the next morning, and don't show.
Mm-hmm.
If you have that DoorDash mentality, they're like, get out of here. All of
That's
them.
what I'm talking about.
Because it's a very professional B2B nature.
Right. That's what it.
know?
That's what it seems. I'm still waitlisted, but that's what it seems. Nick, you've been doing good with Curry down here, right?
Oh yeah, I'm loving Curry right now.
I know that's right, brother.
Hey,
And
hey.
what,
Go ahead.
Buddha?
Go
What
ahead,
you
go
said?
ahead,
Everybody's pissing. You said everybody's hating on you because you're killing it with Curry out in Cali. Damn,
That's
say
true,
that 2 times
dude.
real fast.
It's true. We're talking on this on the radio. Like I have so many people look at me like I show people the rides I get on Curry. They're like, oh, that's because you know you got Curry. Oh, but you can't make you're not a rideshare driver. You're a Curry driver. And I'm like, dude, I do both. I do all of it.
Bro,
He's like,
let me tell you
nah,
something.
you
Let me
nah,
tell you
you
something.
You're not
Buddha.
upper echelon if you're rideshare. Like, dude, I'd much rather drive paint for 3 times as much money than people.
That's
Bro,
what I
but
was
that's
just gonna
what
say. If you're telling me, right? If you're telling me I can make as much money, if not better, without having to listen to somebody's fucking bullshit in my back,
dude,
okay?
it's the best thing.
I'm
And
game,
look,
bro.
you got to understand the frustration, though. This is where they're coming from. Also. It's the fact that you're in a platform that is actually limiting how many people are able to get on their platform in comparison to Uber, Lyft, and all the other platforms. If imagine Uber and Lyft actually had a limit on how many drivers could be on.
Why
there.
don't they cap the if that's what's driving the prices so down is the oversupply? Then why don't they cap?
But that's
people?
what
like
because
but Uber and
they
Lyft
don't care.
You
They don't
you
care.
literally,
Don't care.
you
They don't
literally
care.
no, but you just said it. They're not, dude. They want 10 times as many drivers because it allows them to drive the price down and pay you
Yeah.
less.
Yeah, they
Once they figured out the metric for okay, we need X amount of drivers on a Friday night in this market. They'll be like, let's have 120% of that just to account for a
They
little
ruined weekends.
100%.
and then all of a sudden
Yep.
we'd all be being paid very well, and they'd be on that fringe of like, what if anything goes wrong, or if these guys stop taking rides again? Well, we wouldn't if you start doing things right, because the reason we're not taking them all the time is because they're like you guys are talking about $2 and change. I mean, I wouldn't even let my car for under $5. You can't even touch
right.
They want the high turnover, and they don't want intelligent drivers. Think about it.
But listen, they're also
done everything
charging
they
the
can.
customer
They're
less
doing
when they
everything
don't
they
need
can
to.
to counteract people who think for themselves.
You know what? I'm starting to. I used to think that way, but I'm starting to think, man, something's going to hit them back because they actually should. They actually of all times, they should want veterans. They should want smart drivers because the passengers are pissed off, and the passengers need some like reassurance that this is
That's
safe.
why they're trying drive. I mean, that's why they're trying InDrive and all those newcomers.
But see, that's the thing too, right? With Curry, which is, they're on their shit. You know what I mean? Like you cannot.
Well, Curry's a
fuck around with
logistic
Curry.
company. First of all, let's just be clear.
Yeah.
That's much different
Yeah,
than a dispatch company.
Yeah, and then it's crazy because with a lot of people, like I talk to other Curry drivers that pull up to the same spot as me, and they're like, "Oh, dude, I hate Curry, man. I can't go to the liquor store without the app telling me to move on." I'm like, "Bro, nobody like it's because it's a." I was talking to one of the Curry guys, like
Because you're not supposed to be stacking.
Yeah, you're not supposed to. They actually tell you on the app, like, this is
can't
A to
stack.
B service. You have to. It's priority. This is like A to B. Boom. You know
And
what
they're
I'm saying?
paying you damn good money to get it from A to B.
A to B.
Well,
Yeah.
sometimes.
Right, exactly. Nick is right. Yeah, sometimes.
Thank you, Nick.
You wait out the bad orders because there's no harm, no foul if you don't take it. I've always said if you're up front, you're 100% transparent with the price, the distance, all the details I need.
Somebody's
no AR, I don't care. If you want to run your business into the ground, that's your choice.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
But you have to be transparent with me. I've been an independent contractor since the 90s doing production. So, I mean, I am actually this in the real end. This is very messed up what they keep tweaking this out. And they're I used to say they're this close to W2, but I think they're in W2 territory now.
You see,
Yes,
okay. I disagree with this. A comment just came in from Mr. DSN. I disagree with that 100%. If you guys can all talk on this, but I disagree with this. I don't apologize. I don't apologize for a thing.
You don't apologize. Well, okay, so maybe he didn't mean it. Derek's in my market too, Mr. DSN. So
I
what
love Mr. DSN. Don't get me wrong. I love everybody that comments. We have
well,
great.
I'm reading it. I'm reading it as maybe like because I'll
comment.
tell you this. I mean, I sometimes, you know, like if I'm working production, I'm doing lighting, I'm doing lasers anywhere in town. I might not drive, and it's not because I'm drinking, so I'm working till late. It's because I don't want to go pay $50 to park downtown. I'm gonna get. I'm gonna get as long as it's not super surge, like, and it won't be with the hours I'm gonna be traveling. It's going to be cheaper for me to take an Uber each way than to park. But I got to tell you, like, that's kind of what I was alluding to, is that, like, Derek saying, like, you know, he's constantly having to provide apologies. I don't complain about it, but I will tell you that I am not a daily user of it. But when I do use the app, almost in every city, the service, the car, everything has gone way downhill. I used to clean my car every night. I used to fill it up with gas. Yep. It was ready to go the next morning. I didn't have to do anything, and it was sparkling. Nobody is doing that with these cars anymore. Not here in Denver. You guys can talk for your market. I can talk about Denver.
That's in my opinion, it's a good thing. In my opinion, it's a good thing. I want this to go to shit, because the change is going to come from the passenger. We've been screaming from the hilltops, threatening all kinds of bullshit. There was a quote unquote protest at LAX, right? Tell them, Buddha, right? Or somewhere.
Well, there's been a
Right?
bunch.
Yeah, there's been a bunch, right? What has it done? Protest. The price has gone down. $2.61 now. That's what you guys said today, right? That's the lowest that you've seen so far.
$2.40.
I've seen 230 something.
Look, it's happening live on YouTube. The price just keeps going down as far as offers go. The change will come when the change will come when the passenger says, "What the f?" Yeah. In my opinion. Otherwise, there's no hope. And then we also just.
Why is this? What is this new 232 number that seems to be common amongst you? Is that like in many markets? This is a new price.
It's the minimum fare. Minimum fare is about 262. Is 262. So you'll get an Uber X ride that'll jump up for like $6 for $2.62. Now that's pick up and drop off, right? 6 miles, 10 minutes, 12 minutes. I mean, I don't
know about that, Vinny.
The prices are getting so low.
I don't know if I told you, Vinny, but I'm active on Uber now. But I have I mean, I was forever from 2015. But since the pandemic, not so much. I did not reactivate myself on Lyft. This was just due to some conversations I had with Tony. Because I was like, is it even worth it? You know. But Uber, I'm on, so I've been kind of looking, dude, and it's just a joke.
Yeah,
it's been a joke.
I mean, I thought it was a joke. I thought it was a joke 3 years ago, 2 years ago, 5 years ago, 8 years ago. Now it's like this. It ain't funny anymore.
No, you know what?
You can't make any excuses.
That's the thing. So Mario. I don't know if you know Steve, and Steve, I don't know if you know Mario, but the point is I watched Mario's video yesterday from Monday, right? That video you put out.
Yeah, yesterday.
Wait a minute, what's today? Today's
Wednesday.
I don't even know the days.
Oh, Tuesday. Tuesday.
Okay, so anyway, I watched Mario's last video. I watched his last goddamn video.
That was yesterday. Yeah, I edited it quick. Yeah, it was yesterday.
You edited it quick, an hour and a half later. Anyway, listen.
Oh my!
I felt Mario's frustration for real in that video.
I had to accept $3 orders. That was all that was coming in.
Yeah.
When I tell you, look, I thought
that was what Trip Radar was for, where bad offers go to die.
Yeah, you know what? The Trip Radars for $3 were going away like this. Like there were $25 Premier rides.
People grabbing them left and right, like, oh no, not available.
That is a theory I've heard, is that Radar's so bad that every once in a while, some people have told me that I think they come in there and just sprinkle a couple good orders and like pretty good ones, and they're like, see, it's not that bad, and then people are like, maybe it's not.
Yeah, till you click on that some bitch and it keep going.
Well, and the worst part is when you actually accept the ride, you get to the passenger and you click the navigation, and now the navigation's telling you an extra 20-30 minutes on top of the trip.
That's the time shaving.
And it's like, what?
That's the other part to it. Yeah.
And when you saw a trip over $5, you look at the time and it's like a 29-minute trip.
Yeah.
And in traffic, and then you're like, well, and then you do the math and you're like, I actually, in that video, I broke down the math of a trip that went away, because it was like from Miami Beach to Doral. If you don't know this area, that takes like a half hour, you know, and at that time maybe even 45 minutes, and for under $14. And I was like, okay, they want you to make $13 to $14 an hour.
Yeah.
That's what I said.
Hey, bro, we all here talking about $3 rides, and Scott over there is like, I don't know what y'all talking about. I take nothing but $700 rides.
I'm slacking because I'm only looking for $600 rides.
I mean, I used to have a strategy for those $3, $4, $5 rides. If they kept you in the same area and you could go for yourself, and they were constant, then you're just doing them, and they're actually paying you better for the time and the distance than a longer ride.
But I will say this.
But you can't accept a $3 order and then wait 15 minutes between orders.
Yeah. But I will say this about Mario's video. He said one thing that no other driver has ever said. He said that he actually went on Indeed and started looking at other jobs because LinkedIn. I can do this.
I've been doing that for years.
You can do, you can do that on offer boards too. You don't have to just go to Indeed. There's an offer board website.
Yeah. There's a lot of remote jobs too.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, when I was recovering from my hip surgery, I applied for like over 25 jobs on LinkedIn, and some of them got back to me, but most of them nothing. I mean, for as many jobs that are out there, man, I think they're not really hiring.
Yeah, they're not hiring,
as much
bro.
as
No. Well, yeah, I was for me, I was talking about the load boards, but I was talking about like if I go take a curry to Salt Lake City, I know like 3 load boards to look at and see if there's anything coming back, even if it's crap pay, because otherwise I'm coming back empty.
Okay, so that's a whole nother thing, Steve, and I would love to have a show on just that because you know, a lot of times in the garage we generally talk about, you know, just rideshare. But what you just said, what load boards are, I'm sure a lot of people don't even know what the hell that is or how Roadie was originally supposed to be.
Yeah, I won't get into it tonight. But what I will say is what I will say is that they're not apps though. They're websites. You got to get used to them. You got to find them, and even sometimes with some of them, you might learn to use a broker.
Man,
and that's not a bad thing, you guys.
No. What I'm saying is, I think that's a really good topic that should be explored.
Oh, yeah.
Because as we get into, listen, we you know, I don't know how many people are going to make it through the summer. They're not going. There's a lot of people ain't going to make it through this summer doing rideshare. They're going to capitulate. They're going to go to LinkedIn. They're going to go to Wawa. I know somebody for a fact on this panel right now has probably already applied about 7 different Wawas. Okay, 7 different Wawas, and the only stipulation is it has to have an exclusive parking space for a QX60.
Hey, where's that at?
I mean, hey, let's also remember that there's a couple odds and ends, but there's 2 there's 2 rideshare apps in the United States. We can say that. I mean, I've had InDrive on the podcast. I've had some others. They're smaller, but let's just say there's 2. Then there's like 3, 4 food delivery platforms. There's about 50 last mile courier services. And with that, I'll say that the reason, a big reason of that is that I used to do a radio show every Friday night out of Houston called TNC Trucker Radio. And it was truckers who worked part-time in the gig economy, doing rideshare, whatever, long distance truckers when they'd be home for holidays, whatever, they needed something to fill a gap in that time. And so it was real kind of 101 call-in show. But those same truckers, those independent contractor truckers, driver-owned truckers, they're not even pulling their rigs out right now.
Yep.
And because of that, these last mile courier apps are breaking them down to cargo vans, sprinter vans, box trucks, tees, trailers. I mean, you name it. All the way up to if you have a semi. I mean, Curry can take semis now. So, like, I mean, it's and the pay. Even when you like, if you, I don't know the exact breakdown, but let's say you broke down an 18-wheeler that needed to be delivered for Safeway, and you needed it from part A to get to 4 stores, and it was going to take 4 cargo vans because it wasn't completely full, or 5 to do it. Somehow that ends up paying those drivers pretty well but it's still like half the price of what they should be paying the truckers. And I know I've talked to enough truckers. It blew my mind when I learned that 18-wheelers get 1 mile to the gallon.
Damn.
So if you think about that, diesel at like 550, that's $5.50 for every mile you go.
Why has transportation in this day and age, and I understand this, and if you out there who are watching this show don't understand what inflation is, that is the buying power of the dollar. It has gone down. There's too much supply of money
because
money is fake. So the fiat currency, there's too much fiat currency in the current in circulation. That's what inflation is. So it's not that things got more expensive, it's that the buying power of the little piece of paper in your pocket has gone down. So with that being said, because we can get into a whole discussion about what money is and yada yada. I can see Steven getting perked up. I got him fired up. Okay, I got him fired up. Yeah, man. Oh man, he got a sweat going now. Like,
hey, not gonna lie. Hey,
but the point I'm getting at is why is transportation? Why has the price? Why has transportation gone down? I don't understand it. And you know, the gallon of milk.
I thought the same thing.
The cost of putting tires on Buddha's clapped out Tesla. I mean, why has the price of everything gone?
Right, but Uber prices
my labor. Here's the thing too. Now I'm saying like there are some areas, maybe technology, AI development, whatever. Like there are some places, hospitality, health and hospitals, things like that. You've seen a little bit of an uptick. People are making a little bit more money, but for whatever reason, the cost of labor for transportation. Logistics, has gone down. I cannot. I can't wrap my head around it.
Because there's too many of them, bro.
No. How can that be? How can that be? It's a dangerous occupation. It's a dangerous occupation. Us picking up people. It's a dangerous occupation being in an 18-wheeler and all the bullshit you have to go through to get a goddamn CDL.
There's too many people that don't understand the value of logistics. And you've got a replacement of old guard now that is making decisions and thinking that they can simply cut costs in these areas. That, and you also have unions that are not increasing the rates of the truckers. So I drove a few of the truckers. We have a spot over here where we have a big lot of truckers. I drove a few, and they said what they're doing now is just selling their trucks because it's not even worth holding on to them. They get rid of the trucks and they're going to wait until the entire environment switches where it's actually worth driving.
Aren't these companies still buying? Isn't Walmart still buying? Think about the auto parts stores and all the places that you go to for curry, Buddha. Aren't they all still buying? Like they all.
But see,
things need to go from point A to point B. They're not using a fucking train. Like,
but that's all B2B stuff. That's like Ferguson Plumbing, Sherman-Williams Paint. Either going to like where they need to paint an entire house or to another Sherman-Williams.
Yeah, but I used to work for Sherman-Williams, and the stuff comes from Mexico, and it comes through Texas.
Well, nowadays Sherman-Williams is low jacked. Just so you know, every one they can call you in real time and be like, "Why'd you take that turn?"
I know. Trust me, I know. I'm not there anymore.
But like what I was reading some strange articles too, and you know what? Not many people are onto the fact that that we're not that far off from having shortages in stores again. Yes. I know it doesnn't appear like it, but I read an article today, and I know it's a weird one to bring up, but this is a weird one to bring up, but they're saying that by the middle of July, there's going to be a complete tampon shortage. Yeah, look it up.
Yeah,
like there's a whole log jam with it, and it bottlenecked, and they only got it to like weird distribution centers, and the stores are not prepared or stocked in the distribution centers.
I was going to say this because we're all basically. Did you realize we're all basically talking about the economy, and I think they're not telling us how bad it really is.
No, they know.
Well, no, we've been screaming this, Mario.
Yeah. No, we know. We see it.
Yeah, Mario. Do you not understand?
But they never tell us how bad it is.
Yeah, right. There's always
I
two
don't think the
numbers.
news media
Steve,
is
Always two numbers.
projecting
The
it.
most common thing is unemployment. There's always two numbers. There's
Yeah,
the
but
number of
how long
people
have they
that,
been telling us we're not in a recession and they changed the
right?
definition
There's
of
always
what
the
a
number that
recession
the
is?
government gives you, which is them surveying people, surveying how many
But
people
Steve
are
brought up
looking
a
for a
good
job. But then there's the other number. There's the number of people that just gave up looking for work. If you actually got that number,
Listen,
Well, Steve brought
Mario,
up a good point.
they've been telling you. They've been
I'm telling
telling
you,
you.
people are ordering Ubers less. I think too. It's not all just like, oh, there's a bunch
no,
of
no,
drivers.
they're ordering more X over here. They're ordering nothing but
I
X
don't
over
think
here.
people are
Omar,
going out.
Omar,
There's only
Omar,
a
wait a
select few that have
Wait a
the
minute.
money to
Hold
go
on.
out
Mario's
anymore. It
right,
used to
bro.
be everybody could go out.
That's what I've been saying. It's more supply and a lot less demand.
Yes.
Omar, that is the God's honest truth. There is more supply and a lot less demand.
There's more.
Let me
there's
prove my point to you,
There's
Omar.
more supply. There's more demand of cheapness. That's what there is.
Well, maybe
No,
in
it's
your
not
fucking
just
world,
that.
that's what you think. But if you go to the BB&T, the BB and Poke that you love so
Whoa.
much, you know,
Oh,
the
never
BB and
mind.
Poke, right? How many? Let me ask you a question, Omar. 6 months ago, when the hockey season started, right? The parking lot at Sawgrass was about half as many cars there as there was towards the end of the season. The arena sold out every game regardless, 16,000, 17,000. People stopped taking Ubers, bro. They can't afford it.
They stopped it.
The grandmas
Your
that
people,
used-
your people that work. Wait a minute, let me
lifestyle.
finish.
Or they
The
just
people
don't
that
go
work
out.
at Burger King. Well, wait a minute. The people that work at Burger King that were taking Ubers to get to work are now catching the metro again.
Yes.
And that's what I was going to add that look, there's a thing called here in Denver. I was reading a Department of Transportation article that was talking about how Ubers aren't being used from A to B anymore. They're being micro transited is how they said it. So like if I live here, but it's too far for me to get to the train, I will take an Uber to the train, take the train, and then walk the last 3 blocks.
Dude, now that I'm doing Uber X, I pick up from the Metro Rail station on Dadeland all the time. It's because that's the last stop before people have to go down further south. So I end up getting rides from that last stop to go a little further south to Homestead or Cutler Bay.
Yeah, I would say Dayland as far south as I go as well for that reason, because you can go.
But Brightline is another. Brightline
Brightline also has a lot of
so
rides.
Steve, if you don't know Brightline, that's our big super train here now.
We're
South
getting the
Florida.
Brightline too.
It's coming right to Buddha's backyard. It's coming right there.
Well,
right there, right in Buddha City is coming to. Boom.
Listen, I believe it when I see
there goes
it.
your TJ ride.
It was supposed to be there first. It was supposed to be there. But anyway, you know how many rides now people will take from, like you just said, Steve, they'll go 2 miles from the house to the Brightline. Then they catch the Brightline down to Miami to the Heat game or to Bayside Arena or Bayside Marketplace, or then they'll take it to the airport.
But it's because they don't have any money. No one has disposable income. McDonald's is expensive now.
Yeah,
right.
of course.
But I think this is part of that equation you guys are talking about with the $2 value meal rides. You know, it's like it's like those value meal rides are the new way to get you to a train station.
Says for $2.62 you can't buy a pack of gum.
Everybody knows. Everybody knows. If you watch my videos, you know I do a cheater. Right, I do a cheater, at least one cheater a day. This 20-ounce cheater is $3.12.
Yeah, so a Uber ride can't buy you a Coke.
Uber ride cannot buy me a Coke.
Yeah, that's insane.
You know what?
And that's in Florida.
I just want to say that I don't disagree with you guys. I don't disagree with you guys. I am seeing that as well. In fact, I've had people like that as well that took the Uber here and the Metro there and then the thing here to MIA or to FLO, whatever. So I've heard of that. I have seen that. But what I'm saying is that when I'm out, my time of day when I'm out, and people are coming out of these fancy places where they spend disposable income.
Fancy places.
They're waiting a half hour or more for that clapped out Tesla to show up.
Well, Omar, let's be fair, okay? You're talking 11 p.m., midnight, 1 a.m. at the Hard Rock, okay, where the Metro Rail doesn't run, where the Brightline doesn't run,
It could be at a bar in Boca, Vinny, because there's a bar
where the Metro doesn't run.
It could be Del Rey.
Where the Metro doesn't run and the Brightline doesn't run.
You're making
I
my
mean,
point.
you got to call it what it is. And you know what, Omar? I'm going to check you on this, and I'm going to tell you why I'm going to check you on this. I've only been in the Tesla for 6 months, 7 months now, right? So I was driving the same circles you were driving in the Caddy, and I would have agreed with you then. But now that I'm down back here with everybody else, it's a whole nother ball game down here, dude.
Yep, it is.
It truly is a whole nother ball game down here. And that's where, you know, and a lot of people, we talk about this every week too. Suburbans are taking comfort rides. Suburbans are taking extra rides.
Yeah.
Whether you doing food deliveries.
Yeah, that's nothing new though.
Here's my point.
I mean, there's probably more of them doing it now, maybe.
Here's my point.
Yeah.
Why am I not picking up middle-class family people at Flanagan's and taking them home? Why do I have to camp out at places like Mila on South Beach, where the money is, Kiki on the river, where these old dudes,
Kiki
where these old dudes get their little sugar babies? All you'll see is Tesla and Suburbans there, even if they're doing X, because that's the only place people are going out. Yeah. I'm not going to Flanagan's. I'm not going to Miller's Ale House.
This is why I've been
middle class
in the areas I've been working. Yeah, but this is why I deadhead to where I've been deadheading to. This is why I work the Boca area, right? Yeah. So I know I'm going to drive 20 miles to go to work.
Shout out to Silver Fox.
You know, I know I'm going to Vinny the Ant. That's okay, Silver Fox. It's okay.
Shout out to Silver Fox. I love you, man.
I love it. I love Silver Fox.
Man, I'm in too.
Hey, and also these fancy restaurants. I'm doing X rides. I have comfort. Oh, yeah. Comfort's on. I'm doing X rides where I used to do premieres.
Scott, I go to pick up comfort rides. Okay, comfort rides at a $15 and $20 million houses right now.
Fuck.
Do they tip?
Sometimes.
Vinny has a bestseller on Amazon. Okay, how to sell your ass.
Yeah, but it works, doesn't it? But it works, doesn't it, Omar?
I'm driving rich kids.
I would say most days it does work. You should hear him, man. Oh my goodness, man! It's like he
earns the tip.
I'm driving these rich kids around.
Vinny gets out of the car.
When Vinny was on my podcast, I told him, I said, listen, for years I pulled this on people, and I did, and I loved it didn't always change it, but I loved watching them have to go through it, because whenever this is in the beginning of, I can tip you through the app right at the end of the ride. Yeah. This is like when it was starting, but this is when it was starting. And some people meant it or whatnot, but I knew almost nobody did. So every time somebody said it, I would turn around and I would go, oh my gosh, yeah, you can, but can you show me how to do it? Because I have people ask me all the time and I don't know how. So can you show me how you do it? Because I knew, yes, they could do it,
brilliant.
Leave, and then pull it out. But what a douche you'd have to be to do that.
Right.
That's brilliant.
Yeah, bro.
And who's the likelihood that they'll put in the effort to actually reverse it?
I gotta use that.
Hey,
yeah,
I gotta
just play stupid and say I need to show people. They always ask me, and I'm losing money.
Mm-hmm.
Damn,
and then they'll really know too, because they'll be like, oh, they're catching on to us non-tippers.
buddy. It's
Damn, I gotta use that.
What's awesome. What I enjoy most about this show, right, is that Steve. For people who don't know, Steve's out of Colorado. Mario, Nick, Omar, and myself were out of Nick and Mario are out of Miami market,
South Florida.
Right. Yeah. Well, you guys are down in Dade County, right? Omar's in Hollywood. Okay, he's in that section of South Florida that nobody claims. Right? Listen, I can go to Miami anytime you want, bro. I'll run you around the neighborhood.
Stop it. Cap, okay. Cap, Steven, get the caps, Steven.
Get the caps.
Go ahead, get the caps. Go ahead. That's one less on the show. Who else wants to get off the show tonight?
I mean, I'll be honest with you, Vinny. I like doing Fort Lauderdale and Hollywood area too, man. If I get a ride sent up there that's worth it, I stay up there.
Hey, Scott got a cap on. I don't know if you.
All right. Well, hold on. Let me take care of all that.
Scott got a cut.
There you go. Now, Steve, you came in with a hat on, so I'm gonna let you stay, bro.
I'm going to the Keys tomorrow, Vinny, for 4th of July. What is everybody's 4th of July plans for Rideshare?
Get Pope.
You know, that's a good question. Nick, what do you got? What do you got planned for 4th of July tomorrow?
Get Pope.
Well, you already know.
Are you working or is you chilling with the wife?
Nah.
You have an
I got
Amazon shift?
Yeah, we're trying to get rid of some debt, so I got an Amazon shift.
Right there with you.
Got a work after that. Do some Rideshare, and yeah, just kind of knock it out from there.
All right, Buddha, you working tomorrow?
I'm actually trying to work tonight, bro. After this
Yep.
show, probably.
He's in Cali.
Get it.
Okay.
I'll just probably see how the night shift going. A lot of my friends out here telling me the night shift is it's as bad as the morning shift now.
Yeah.
Because everybody knows I'm a 3 a.m. start to whatever. And now I got friends that started with me in the 3 a.m., 2 a.m. Now they're like, dude, summer's where we switch over to the night shifts, bro.
And see, here it's been the opposite, bro.
You
Here
know.
it's been the Monday through Friday is during the day from Fort Lauderdale north. But it's like Ben said, I ran into Mr. Ben the other day at the Charger, and he was like, man, I'm doing everything I can not to go to Miami.
Yeah, Miami's dead, guys.
Yes, it
I'm
is.
telling you, I got two guys here that'll tell you the market sucks. But, Omar, who sits from his golden perch, who don't ever fucking work, he turns on the app like once a year, is going to tell you Miami's where the money is, him and Brandon. Meanwhile, Brandon's struggling to pay his fucking rent at 29%.
Oh my God!
Okay, right? And see, let me stop. I'll put myself in timeout. You guys,
you should.
Hey, he said he smelled Brandon in you, bro.
He's like,
put himself on timeout.
Yeah, he's so hard. It shifts. It shifts down here. When I have to go to West Palm, I go to West Palm. When I gotta be in Dade, I'll be in Dade. It shifts. We have a big market here. So Vinny's the anti-Dade. Let's just call it what it is.
I've said this 19,000 times. You act like it's a bad thing. I don't want to go sit in that traffic.
That's fine, but don't say that you can't do anything in Dade County. That's not fair.
You know what I realized?
You're gonna bring all the drivers to your spot.
Whoa,
be careful.
Whoa.
Be careful.
Wait a minute. Well, you don't have a spot. You got a coffin. So anyway, I don't.
Oh my God!
I don't go to Miami to drive because of the traffic, bro. I mean, anyway.
Drop the casket emojis in the chat right now. With the little vampires on each side of them.
Oh man, hey, Rideshare Garage after dark.
Why have I awakened? Who has summoned me?
No, bro.
Uber XL. No, god damn it. No service. I returned.
No, bro. We was on the radio, and I said, and Omar surprisingly popped up on the radio, and I was like, "Oh damn, you finally got out of the casket, right?" He's like,
yep.
"Hey, bro, it's nighttime. Leave me alone."
That's it. The ant has arisen. That's Omar.
The black SUV ant has arisen.
What can you say? He's a queen ant, bro. What are you talking about?
Yeah, well, listen. Until I start seeing numbers, until you start showing your numbers, I don't want to hear shit. That's it.
Numbers ain't shit anymore, bro. It's about surviving in this shit now, bro.
Yeah.
Wait, can I give you one curry example I did yesterday? There was the long one. See who would take it, because I got a weird mixed poll on my community post.
Oh, let's see.
Screen share.
Yeah, you can bring it up if you want, Vinny. It's the one. It's from yesterday. I think I did two.
You don't gotta flex your fucking rent money now, Omar.
Damn.
Homie casually puts a couple of $100 like that. Like, pay your rent, my boy.
So, Steve, what do you got? You gonna share a screenshot?
Well, I'm kind of on my phone, and I've never used.
Oh no, then we can just talk.
Yeah, I'll just read it. I'm just gonna read it because I want to see. Because I was kind of look, it's not my favorite one in the world, but it was a beautiful drive. It took my whole day, and I was surprised to see this many people say no. So what I put was DoorDash Uber drivers. Would you take? And I do this a lot, and sometimes they're better on the long hauls. It was an in-state. It was going to Pagosa Springs from Denver. Would you take a 281-mile delivery, 462 miles round trip, 2 items weighing 70 pounds each, 140 pounds total, paying $450.
Yes.
Oh,
Yep.
oh,
Yes.
Took
Me
me
and
9
Bob,
hours. I left my house. I left the pickup. I was
Yes.
back home in 9 hours. I made $450 minus my expenses.
Yep.
Would you do that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That's actually
So
paying more than the ones that I do.
31% of 118 people said no.
Good for those people.
So DoorDash, Uber drivers, would you take 281 mile delivery,
Yep.
462
Yes.
round trip, 2 items weighing 70 pounds each, 140? That's no big deal. 450. Hell yeah.
Right.
Yes.
But touch yes or no and look at the results.
What is that like from here to Orlando? 280 miles?
30% said no.
Right. And I addressed
no,
DoorDash
80
in the beginning.
miles.
That was kind
Hold
of the
on,
trick.
one at a time, guys. One at a time.
That
Go
was
ahead.
the trickiness to this question, was because I put not only DoorDash, Uber, but I put DoorDash first because I was all these DoorDash people complaining. I'm like, well, here's what you make in a week.
Yeah.
So like, would you do this? And they're all like, no. And I'm like,
I would
dude.
knock it out.
So basically, you're saying you don't want to make money. I got back home before.
No,
the
no,
sun
that's not
set.
fair.
No, okay, I'm taking it a step too far. But I'm just saying that was shocking to me because right now, with as much as people are complaining, that's not my favorite courier order in the world.
No,
but I'll do those all day.
But I'll take it.
Yeah.
I
Right
got
now, I'll do
without
those.
question. Without question.
Yeah.
Hold on.
See,
I think it boils down to your mindset of what era what time, what the season is, because like
yeah.
we're having this conversation. Go back to when we were bought. Well, I don't know this year, but
I'll do that money for 9 hours. That's all I'm saying.
right. But
Yeah.
when we were when during March, when spring break, it's hard to I don't know. You got to mentally prepare for the slow season.
Well, like Omar was saying, he was, we got inflation. The economy is not good. Anybody who believes it is crazy.
Right.
Living in La La
What I'm
Land.
saying is that 450 order, like I might have done that in the Tesla a few days
That's exactly
when
why I
Ultra
do
Music Festival, without having to leave Miami.
Sure.
During Art Basel, I probably made 450 just running around.
Yeah, this was all highway miles.
So
yeah.
So
That's
I think
the only
like
bad thing about it for the Tesla.
it's like you have to ask that question. Like you have to like.
The way I look at it,
the season you're in.
I was being made. I was doing 70 miles an hour. And
there's a lot of variables to
miles.
consider.
Guys, one at a time. Don't overtalk each other.
Yeah.
Okay, so then here's the question, because I think I put this on in our little radio group yesterday or today. Here's the question, because it's 10:53. So instead of a tip of the night, I'm going to ask this question. I want everybody on the board to answer it, and you don't have to go into great detail. It could be a simply yes or no answer, or it could be a yes or no and why answer. Okay. Accounting Tom, are you with us, Tom? Okay, we'll go to Nick. Here's the question.
Yes and no and why. Mm-hmm.
Here's the question.
Uh-huh.
When it comes to the gig apps, are you better off now than you were a year ago, or are you worse off now than you were a year ago? Nick, go ahead. That's the question. Are you better off now than you were a year ago? Yes or no? And why?
Yes, because the gig apps gave me the freedom to be able to start my business, get a car. Yeah.
Okay. Steve?
Yes, because every year I do this, I'm better at it. And the pay wise, straight up, no, it's down a little bit. But I know I'm earning better than other people out there. So when they start to fall off, I'm there and I'm right back to plucking away, because after summer, things like that, people go back to their college lives, or their this life, or their where they live the rest of the year, and all this stuff, and things move around, moving pieces. So I don't think I'm that much worse off, at least, is the way I would say it.
Okay. Mario?
I look at videos that I did around this time last year, and it was the beginning of slow season. So, you know what? I have to say I'm worse off this year, only because the airport has changed. Last year, we could survive off the airport. This year, I don't think that this summer, the airport is too difficult to do.
Yeah.
Okay. Buddha?
I think I'm doing better than last year because last year I wasn't putting enough effort that I'm doing this year. And partially it's because, when I got the Tesla, it motivated me to go out there, even if it's shit or not. I believed in my strategy, and my strategy works no matter what. And that I think I'm doing way more better off and doing that than what I was doing last year. Because last year I was looking last year, bro. I didn't even do rideshare, bro. I was like $50 a week, $50 a week type of guy, not giving a shit, But now this time I'm doing better, Even with the slow shit, I'm still pulling
Okay.
out.
Scott, and I know Scott, for a lot of people out there in the chat, you might not understand. Scott has his own private limo service. He is a private driver, but he does do some. He does turn on the apps every now and then. So, Scott, your perspective?
Very some.
Business wise, yes. On the apps, there are a lot more drivers. So on the apps, I would say no. Like if I was truly just on the app, I would say no way. So because I talk to a lot of black drivers and they're only making 1,500 a week. So
okay,
Yep.
Steven?
No, because I was driving black. Well, I was driving black, and the same thing. I'm looking at how much I'm making now compared to then. I'm making much less. I'll say, like some of the other people I mentioned, because of businesses and things that I've started besides that this year, I'm doing better. But for driving for Uber and Lyft or any of these other apps, it's worse.
Okay. Omar?
I really wanted to give a tip of the week. I had a nice one here.
Save it for next week. Write it down.
God damn it. No, I did write it down, so I guess I'll save it for next week. I swear, I can't tell if it's gunshots or fireworks outside. I swear.
Fireworks.
Where he staying?
Yeah,
your Hollywood is both.
Yeah, it could be. So, and to answer the question very simply, no. That's it. It's just no. No matter how you look at it and twist it, you could twist the facts, you could twist your own facts, yada yada yada. And I think some of us gotta be honest with ourselves. Seriously, no. Nobody I know is doing better on the apps now. Nobody.
I need to be able to say though,
except for Buddha, because Buddha's right, he was slacking. We used to call him Buddha slacking. That's what we used to call him. So
yeah, literally, yeah.
You guys are talking about all rideshare though. I should have put myself into that perspective.
No, you're fine.
Me,
no, because I
it's
said
a lot
gig apps.
different, right? But
yeah,
it's
but I said gig apps. I said gig apps.
Okay.
It was all inclusive. It wasn't separating it out.
Right, but then I would say who up here other than Buddha does any not courier specifically or anything, but does any last mile courier apps?
Oh, wait, you say
freight, dispatch, courier, any of those?
I wish, but California doesn't have them.
I don't do that.
I do I do this one app where it's a load board as well, like you said, but it's very hard to like. I hate dealing with the brokers and stuff, bro. It's not a good, it's good pay. It's good pay, but then you start talking to these truck drivers and they're like, dude, that's shit. It's like, that's why
it's like the conversation we had last week about how one driver could look at something and be like, man, that's a crappy offer. But then someone who's coming into the black market now is going, oh my gosh, I know, Nick, I see you. We see you, Nick. Okay, we know. Yeah. Oh my gosh, look, I'm getting paid more money than $2.41.
Well,
let me jump on it. Where me and others like Vinny and others are going, yo, you know how bad that is? So it's the same thing. So that right there tells you upfront pricing came out and earnings went just.
So I'm gonna I asked for the
across
year.
the board for me. It's down.
All right, I asked a year ago to now because most people don't really track per quarter, but I can tell you this: from quarter one to quarter two, I'm down $2,000 a month. From quarter one to quarter two. Quarter one, I had the Tesla. Quarter two, I had the Tesla. I am down my entirety of Lyft. It's like Lyft that $450, $500 a week I was making on Lyft. I'm still making the money on Uber. Like Uber is not a problem. Even with these bullshit ass rates, I just cherry pick a little more. That's all. But on Lyft, my Lyft money is gone. It's like it doesn't fucking exist. So when you start talking about losing anywhere from $1,500 to $2,000 a month out of your salary in 1 quarter, I ain't got to go back a year. 1 quarter. And what's the difference? That's before the slow period, guys. We're talking April, May, June. April's not May is when the shit starts to fall off.
Right.
But our shit started falling off at the end of March.
But can
So
I
I'm just
throw
saying,
this?
huh?
Can I throw this in there just slightly? On
Oh,
Uber,
you can throw it in all the
right?
way. Go ahead.
On Uber, we know that we don't get comfort rides and premier rides as frequently because this is the slow season. I would think you can kind of treat Lyft the same way because a black ride is the highest tier. So
Lyft, yeah,
maybe
but
just a
no.
little
See,
bit more basic rides.
let me stop you. Let me stop you right there. Okay, there is no ride under Lyft Black worth taking on Lyft, unless you have the $8 an hour bonus going.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, there is not one fucking ride on Lyft worth taking under Lyft Black. They pay 20 to 30% less than the worst of the Uber rides. At that point,
trip or radar included.
Oh my God, bro, Steve, it's bad, dude. It's bad. Like it's bad. And then they send you to Timbuktu to go get the goddamn thing. But that's a whole nother show. We could talk about that next show.
Dude,
nothing like black rides showing up on the radar.
I'm
Right,
contemplating
Scott?
slow season. You need a regular job. You need a summer job, and do this on the weekends for extra supplements.
But see, at that point,
and then when the Tesla season comes back around in October and the snowbirds come down, let's go premier.
Yeah, but
rides.
at that point, then it just doesn't matter anymore.
Look,
then you just got to get out. Then you just got to get out of it altogether.
Last mile courier service is the ride share of summer. I get up at 4 a.m. I'm done by like 11. I make all the money that you guys are hustling out there all day making. It's like you can't have a convertible in Colorado in a snowstorm and go pick up passengers, but you can in the summer.
True. Yeah.
Steve,
This is true.
Steve. Yo, Steve, this is why I get so much hate. So much hate doing the courier shit because not hate, but it's more like when what somebody has to do in 9 hours, 10 hours, bro, I'll only do it in one ride on Curry. You know what I'm saying?
Let them hate. That's just less competition for you, man.
Right.
This is Vinny. This is what Lyft shows you. So if you're not seeing it, I don't know, but this is what Lyft's showing me. Obviously, I had to blank out some stuff because it's just for privacy, but you could see January, February, March because of everything that happens in March, and look at the drop off. I always say this: as soon as Ultra ends, look at the drop off. The only reason May picked up was because of what, and then back to June, and I haven't even taken a ride yet in July because it's this. What is today? The second, third, whatever.
Okay, so but my point to you with that, Omar, and that's awesome that they have that in there.
Yeah, it's kind of cool actually. It's kind of cool, but it's also like I don't know. I'm not.
Omar, isn't March to April always like that kind of?
Yeah. Down here in our market, oh yeah.
I mean, but that kind of dramatic.
I'm not complaining about it.
Okay,
I'm saying I'm showing. Vinny asked me a question, and it took me a while to finally get the screenshot up to show everybody that this is in your Lyft app now. It shows you what your earnings are throughout the year. Like you have options there. You see month, week, so you can kind of gauge how you're earning. So I just hope that it doesn't make people more desperate and take shittier rides. I hope it makes people realize, you know what, maybe this is not working anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, like I said, I keep a spreadsheet on all my stuff, and I don't even have to go back a year. But no, I am not better off this year than I was a year ago. And I'll go one better with you. It has absolutely nothing. It has absolutely nothing to do with the vehicle I'm driving. It has all to do with they have absolutely put their foots on our necks, and the more we adjust, the more we adapt and overcome. It seems like the more they're just constantly on us. They're like the Sentinels in the Matrix, bro. They're coming and getting you every chance they get. I hate to say it, but that's the truth. They are the sentinels in the Matrix.
And not to get into Fight Club stuff, but when we call it Fight Club because sometimes people discover things, and man, that stuff gets let's just say it gets patched up real quick.
Real quick. Coffee cup. I still don't have my coffee cup, Mario.
I have mine.
They gave it back to me because I'm not in the Tesla anymore. They're like, sure, you can have the coffee cup.
Yeah, now that
it
you
doesn't
don't need
matter,
it, right?
So a guy in my group chat has a Tesla. They took the coffee cup. They returned it to him.
I have not had. I've not. I do not have.
He can do. He can do the premiere. Yeah. He can set the premiere surge.
All right, hold on. We got to give a big shout out to Tony, the driven dad. His teenagers successfully drove them home, and they didn't die.
He's even been in the car with my teenager. So.
It must be that beard, man. That beard is like a built-in airbag. That's what it is, right? It's a built-in airbag. Is that it? Is that what it is?
Bro, his content right now is fire, bro.
Yeah. So,
the Driven Dad's content, bro, that content is pretty fire. I love it.
By the way, I want to give a quick shout out to Melvin. Like, you came in way too late, bro, so you don't get to answer any questions.
What's up?
What's up, man?
What's going on, everybody?
All right, so it is 11:07. We're going to wrap this show up. I want to thank everybody for joining us tonight. Tonight, we didn't do a tip of the week because I wanted a little honesty from the panel. I want to shout out to Steve, first time joining us here on the show. That means once you've been here, you're always welcome here as long as we got the space. I can only host 9-10 people at a time, but you're always welcome. Shout out to Kerry, one of our normal panel members. He's out in the chat tonight. Driven Dad, bro, you got home, bro. That's a video in itself. I'm looking forward to that video tomorrow. See if Dave Ramsey taught him how to trust his daughter.
Dude, oh my God. I don't even want to talk about that. Then
why are you yelling, bro?
Bro, Tony got me, bro.
Tony, why are you yelling?
Because
why
that
are you yelling?
video.
Yell a little louder, more. We didn't hear you.
In that video, he got me good, bro.
That's an awesome video, bro. That is an awesome video.
Y'all check out that video from him, bro. About the Dave Ramsey thing.
Put a link in it. Put a link in it. I want to see it.
Did the spider bite affect your hearing or what?
What the hell happened with Nick?
I'm gonna quickly squeeze a tip in anyway, just because Vinny said we weren't gonna do any tonight. But check it out, guys. If you like, well, hold on, it's not related to Rideshare. If you want to check into courier stuff, one thing that I know of from many of these companies, have a pickup truck and a pipe rack. That's how easy it is, and there's a lot of money to be made.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to go out and buy a van. You don't have to go buy a Sprinter. You don't have to go buy an 18
bro, talk about when I pulled up in the Tesla Model Y. How come all the freaking construction workers start working when I get my ass there?
I don't know.
It's because
I don't know what the hell that meant, but that's okay. I don't know
that didn't come out right, man. I don't know.
Right, y'all check out. So y'all check out Rideshare Rodeo, Steve's channel. I put it up. It's pinned at the top in the comments. Driven Dad's Dave Ramsey video. It's hysterical, bro. If you're not careful. Anyway, shout out to Mario for joining us tonight. Scott, I know you didn't say much, but what you did say was extremely valuable. I'm being honest about that. I'm gonna give you the final word tonight.
But I will say this: I know that everyone, all the other drivers with bad cars and all that the level's gone down, and I see it on like the black and black SUV. The 2018 Chevy Suburbans are out there. 2019 Chevy Suburbans, they're terrible. Like, they're just horrible looking. But for me, that's an advantage for me because since I have a brand new one and it's really nice, when people get into my car, all I have to do is just say a few words and that's it. I give them my spill, what I do besides Uber, and they just hop on. And I mean,
no Diddy.
Yep.
I'm starting to think there's a little Diddy and no Diddy over there, bro.
I was gonna say a little Diddy. Might be a little Diddy.
Hey, speaking of Suburbans, just quick little mention here. I know a guy bought a Suburban
And when he applied it to his Uber, they told him the Premier SUV was capped off for him. Like it couldn't go.
Yep. Yeah. So
he's doing X on a Suburban.
Yeah. So they closed.
What?
Wait
a minute, Mario. Whoa. You're saying somebody
we're in overtime.
He does not. No, he does not qualify for Premier SUV. They say that category is locked. He called Uber and everything.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Wow.
What happens when they do that to our Teslas with Premier?
What happens when they take you off? What happens when they take you off of Premier? What happens when they take you off Premier? Because that's coming.
That Model 3 is going to be an issue.
Well, I'm
just telling you, the Model 3 is going to be an issue. I think the Y might slide under the radar, because they still have an obligation in certain states to provide so many EV rides, carbon neutral rides, carbon free rides, whatever the fuck it is. But that Model 3, I've been saying it, but I don't know how much longer that Model 3 has on Premier.
Yeah, and what if you just bought one, you know?
Well, listen,
going over a year strong.
We've been talking about that part forever. You don't go buy a vehicle just to do rideshare.
It's
that's why. Oh, I was going to read you these. Dude, these rates are awful. To go downtown Denver, $13.93X, $25.66 XL. And these are 25-minute rides to go right in the middle of downtown. Comfort, $19.51. Black, $37.43. Share, $10. And Uber X Priority, $16.98. And Uber Green, $14.93. And Uber Pet, $21.44.
I mean, at this point, we're not going to be talking about rideshare, guys. The world's ending. The world is ending.
Yeah, right. The most expensive, the second most expensive ride in there was Pet.
I'll tell you what, the Pet's paying more than X. I got Uber Pet. It's paying more than X. I keep it on. I'm like, whatever. I'll give a chick a ride to Brickell with her little Pomeranian.
Yeah, so pets pay more than people. There you go.
Oh, God.
Knowing my look, I'll get a San Bernardino.
All right.
That's the final message for the show. Pets might pay more than people.
There you go. Pets pay more than people. Ask David Risher, boys. You could get kidnapped, robbed, and get your car jacked on Lyft and no problem. But boy, forget your damn cat in the car and the whole world is on fire. Right. How's that for being dehumanized on these apps? Right. And that's a whole nother ball game I think I want to get into next week. Okay. Anyway. All right, y'all. We appreciate y'all joining us. Appreciate everybody in the panel for joining up. We will be going over to the Rideshare Garage, to the Discord channel for a quick after dark where all gloves come off, and and Omar and I might have a delightful discussion, and we might not. You never know. But Buddha will be performing live at the Elbow Room. So see y'all in the Discord.